In this video, we're going to be talking about how a church can use Instagram, and we're going to be specifically talking about how to use Instagram, what to post on Instagram, and how to attract new visitors to your Sunday morning services using Instagram. Coming up. All right, so the framework that we're going to be talking about in this video was actually created by Jenna Kutcher, and it's called the JK5 method, right? So she actually teaches entrepreneurs and business owners how to use this in order to use Instagram to increase their influence and grow their business. We're going to take that and we're actually going to apply that to the church world and talk about how we can use the JK5 method in order to increase our impact, reach more people for Jesus, and attract new visitors to Sunday morning. So let's dive in and let's take a look at the JK5 method and how you can use it at your church. All right, so the first thing that you want to do is you want to pick 5 categories that represent your church. So this could be the Bible, this could be ministry, this could be purpose, family, testimonials, marriage, parenting, praise and worship, stories of life change, right? Whatever you want to, but pick 5 categories that are going to pick your church. So for Jenna, she's an entrepreneur. So for hers, they are marriage, body positivity, photography, fashion, and travel. Right? So she has those 5 categories. Yours are probably going to be much more ministry related. So let's pick 5 ministry topics that we're going to talk about, and then we're going to move on to phase 2. Let's say that yours are ministry, the Bible, church planning, family, and leadership. And so now that we have our 5 categories, we're going to make sure to do 1 post a day, and then we're simply going to rotate those 5 categories. So maybe on Monday, it's ministry, and you're actually going to take a quote from the Sunday morning sermon, and you're going to post that on Instagram. Tuesday is the Bible, so you're going to post maybe a scripture card or a picture of church with a scripture underneath it. Wednesday is church planning, so maybe this is something that's a big part of the DNA of your church is reproducing and planting churches. So maybe on Wednesday, you are going to share a cool stat about church planting, or maybe a cool story about one of the churches that you've planted, right? Something relating to that core value that you have of church planting. On Thursday, it's family. So maybe this is a cool marriage tip, or maybe you're going to give some parenting advice. Friday is leadership, which could be a quote or a leadership principle, or maybe even a leadership book that you're recommending. And then on Saturday, you're going to start all over again with ministry again, right? Sunday is going to be Bible, and you're just going to continue to rotate those 5 categories every single day. Next up, you simply want to do the ABCDQ test, right? That sounds like a lot of letters, but A stands for aesthetic, B stands for brand, C stands for consistency, D stands for diversity, and Q stands for quality. All you want to do is before you make this post, you just want to ask yourself, how's the aesthetic, right? Is it aesthetically pleasing? Does it look like a lot of what we would normally post on Instagram, right? The B standing for brand, is this on brand for us? Right? C, is it consistent with some of the other posts? Right? D, diversity, right? We want it to look and feel like the other things, but is it diverse enough that it might catch people's attention? It doesn't look like every other scripture card that we put on there, or every other sermon quote, or every other leadership post, right? So is it diverse? And then finally, Q, quality, right? You want to make sure, like, is the photo that we're using for this, is it a good quality photo? Did we take time writing the caption? Did we make sure that we're not missing any words, right? So the ABCDQ test. All right, next up, we want to ask ourselves, what is the goal of this post, right? So we know what we're posting about, right? But what is the actual goal of this? And this is probably going to fall into one of 4 categories. This is probably either going to inspire, educate, entertain, or call people to action. Right? Inspire, educate, entertain, or call people to action. It's important to understand what exactly we're doing, because we're not just posting for the sake of posting. So if the goal is to inspire, you might just be compelling others to, try something new, or inspiring them to go deeper into the word. If it's education, then we might be actually trying to teach our audience something, right? Maybe it's something about marriage, or it's something about Bible study, or it's something about how they can more effectively parent. It might just simply be entertainment, right? This might just be something that's kind of fun and entertaining and fun to watch, like a sermon clip. Or it might be a call to action where we might actually be trying to get people to visit Sunday for the first time, or maybe we want them to show up to the new sermon series that we're kicking off, or maybe we're promoting a men's event or a women's event, or we're asking people to attend a membership class for the first time, right? But understanding which of those 4 things is the actual goal so that we know what we are pushing people towards. All right, next up, we want to figure out what's the type of caption. And again, there are probably a lot of different things that you can do, but the main main three are either going to be tell a story, ask a question, or make a list. Tell a story, ask a question, or make a list. So are you just trying to tell a story inside of your caption and with the words that you're writing? Or are you asking a question, right? Sometimes if you don't know what to post, maybe it's that day as you're talking about the Bible, you're not sure exactly what scripture to post. So maybe you just say, we want to hear from you today. What's your favorite scripture? Or what's a scripture that helped you through a tough time, right? This is a great way to get a lot of engagement and actually get people talking, right? So that's an example of asking a question. Or maybe it's simply making a list, right? So maybe you come in and just say, hey, what are some of the best leadership books that you guys have read this year, right? Or you can say, hey, here are my top 5 worship songs that I've been listening to lately. Tell a story, ask a question, or make a list. 3 great ways to create a compelling caption. Okay, so I've got 2 more really important parts of the JK5 method, but before I get to them, make sure to click the thumbs up and give us a like on this video. That's gonna help YouTube actually show this to more pastors and church leaders so that we can help more people be effective and learn the language of social media. Okay, so next up are hashtags. And this is actually one of my personal favorites, right? I think this is such an underutilized tool on Instagram, especially in churches and in ministry, right? So if you think of Instagram as like a giant filing cabinet, then hashtags are like the individual files in each one, right? So by using hashtags, you can actually get your post to show up in more places than just in your account. So if you just go in and you post, let's say a sermon clip, right? Like a 4-minute sermon clip of your Sunday sermon, and you post it on there, then only the people who actually follow your Instagram account are gonna see that, right? So if you have 100 followers, the best you can do is for 100 people to see it, right? Which is actually going to be way less than that because just like Facebook, organic reach on Instagram is down quite a bit. But by using hashtags, you can automatically post that sermon clip in other places all over the city. And so what I like to do is start with the name of your city. The best way to kind of find, you can use up to 30 hashtags, so you can make sure to just post this all over the place. And the best way to do it is to actually go in and just type in the hashtag of your city. So like I'm in Tulsa. You could go into Instagram and I could type in hashtag Tulsa, right? And then boom, it's gonna show me how many followers, right, that there are on that hashtag, right? You can see how many posts are on there, and you can actually take a look at that hashtag. I would recommend going in there and looking at some of the people who have lots of followers and clicking on them and just see what are some of the other hashtags that they're using, right? So it might be like hashtag Tulsa, hashtag T-Town, hashtag Tulsa photography, hashtag T-Town local businesses, right? Whatever it is, go in there and find the ones that have the most followers and the most posts, and then make a list of those, and then you can actually use those hashtags whenever you are posting on Instagram yourself. And again, you can have up to 30 hashtags, right? Every single hashtag is gonna make sure that it's putting that post on that hashtag as well. And so now you're not only showing it to your 100, 500, 1,000 followers, but all of the people who actually follow that hashtag as well, which is really, really powerful. And this is one of the best ways to grow your Instagram following fast and to actually grow it with people who live within driving distance of your church. All right, and finally, last up, you want to have a call to action for every single post. So that call to action could be something really simple, right? Kind of a low barrier to entry, something like, hey, make sure to like this post, or, double tap. It might be, post an emoji or comment below, right? But you always want to have some type of a call to action because we want to get that engagement on Instagram. That's going to tell Instagram's algorithm that people like this post, that they're engaging with it. That's going to cause Instagram to actually show that post to more people. So you always want to have some type of call to action, right? So it might be something easy, right? Like the post, double tap, comment, post an emoji, or it might be a bigger ask like share this post or tag 3 friends or click the link in bio or sign up for blank, right? Maybe sign up for the men's ministry or sign up for our new membership class on Sunday, right? But it's really important. The last thing you want to make sure to always have is some type of call to actions in your Instagram post. Okay, so I've got a free gift for you. Head over to churchgrowthagency.com. We've got another free training video over there that's going to show you how to use social media in a way that you've probably never heard of in order to reach new people in your city and grow your church. So go to churchgrowthagency.com or click on the link in the description below. My name's Chris Abbott. We'll see you soon.